Hi there folks, I've been asked to do a video on how to download, unpack and install the Scania Next Gen Torpedo by H&W. So the one thing that you'll need to be doing this is unpacking software, something like WinRAR or 7-zip. These two programs can be used to unpack compressed files. So if you're a customer of H&W, you will either have a link by email, or if you've purchased through Gumroad, you will find the mod in your Gumroad library. So this is my Gumroad library. You'll click on your truck. I'm not going to do this in this video because it then displays the link, the download link to the mod. So to protect and preserve that, I'm not going to click on that. What I will say is that it's a mods file link. You click on the link. There's then a button in the middle of the screen with mods file that will say generate download. And then it'll move on to the next page and it will say download. There may be a couple of pop-ups that open up another window when you try and click download. It just happened to me there. I clicked download once and another window popped up. You close that window, and then I clicked download again, another pop-up appeared, closed that window, and then the third time I pressed download and it opens up your file manager to download the mod. There is a couple of things that we need to do with the package that we've downloaded. So it's advisable to download the file to your desktop. Don't download it to your mod folder yet, because like I say, there's some things that need to be done before you can place the files into your mod folder. So if I minimize this, here is the file that I previously downloaded. And you will want to open with WinRAR. If it doesn't look like that already, if it's looking like that, books with a strap around them, you can just double click and that will open up WinRAR. It'll ask if you want to open the file. I'll uncheck that. And here we have the separate mods within this package that make up the NGT. There is also a picture of load order of what your load should look like in your mod manager. And there is a README file there. So, like I say, it's best to put this into your desktop, and then I'm going to extract these files to my desktop. So I'm going to click desktop, and then OK. And then I'm going to close this. These files should appear. Might take a second because I've done this a couple of times already. Okay, so we have these files here. I'm going to have to tidy them up, pull them aside. Which one's that? That's WinRAR, so we don't need that one. Load order and readme. So these 6 files here make up the separate mods for your NGT. And I'll just quickly explain. So you've got the base, the actual truck itself, and these are all additional add-ons. You have the Schemo longline add-on for the Next Gen Torpedo. And this one here is the blacked out interior. The 50K, the racing, and the Sisl, these are all compatibility mods. These aren't actually the mods themselves. You'll need to download them separately, and I will put a link in the comments for these. So you will need the truck tables by racing mod. You will also need the 50K legendary add-ons mod, and the Sisl Megapack for interior accessories. But once these are unpacked from the WinRAR, we can select them and we will place them in our mod folder. So I've got my mod folder installed in a slightly different location than Steam has, but if you've already installed mods, then you'll know where your own mod folder is. So we'll just double click. There's the mod folder there. We'll select these and you can drag them across. On my PC, by default it says copy to mod. If you hold down the shift key, instead of creating a copy, it will just move these files straight into the mod folder. And it really is that simple. We will have a look at the load order once you get into your game and into your mod manager. You will want it to look like this. So it doesn't really matter about position within your mod manager. Usually at the bottom you would have pro mods and map mods. At the very top of your load order you would have graphics mods and lighting stuff. So usually trucks sit round about the middle of your load order, and it needs to be in this order. So you have the NGT there, and then any additional mods need to be below. You'll see here there's the def for truck tables by racing, and below that is the mod itself, truck tables by racing. And that will be the case for your 50K legendary add-ons. You will need to have the actual mod, and then the def above the mod, and the same for the Sisl Megapack. So hopefully that's been of some help. If you have any further questions, leave them in the comments below, or I will also leave a link to the H&W Discord page where you can find support there. Thanks for watching.